Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. After a long time I am coming to this recording area. I went to Leh Ladakh and enjoyed a lot, got a layer and back to pavilion to my teaching. Are you all ready? Yes. Capital budgeting we have been discussing. Capital budgeting first we have seen traditional methods and also modern methods. Traditional methods, only two methods are there. One is payback period method. Second one is accounting rate of return, ARR. Two methods. Payback period already we have discussed. Now second method, that is ARR, accounting rate of return. This we can say it as average rate of return also. Accounting rate of return, average rate of return, both are same. Okay. ARR, accounting rate of return, or you can say it as average rate of return. Average rate of return also you can say. What is this average rate of return or accounting rate of return? We are going to calculate return value. How much is the return? How much you are going to get the profit by using the accounting information. That is why we say it as a accounting rate of return. Rate of return we are going to calculate from the information which is given in the accounts records. That is ARR. Very easy to calculate. No need of present value. Simple formula will use it and you can calculate it. That is why we say it as a traditional method. Definition in one line. ARR uses accounting information. ARR means accounting rate of return. It uses accounting information as revealed by financial statement. As revealed in the financial statement, we use the accounting information to measure the profitability of the investment proposals. To measure the profitability of the investment proposals. My investment is this much. How much will be my profit? My profitability, that I want to calculate. For this purpose, we use the ARR. In a simple fund, I'll tell you. Suppose say my investment is suppose say 10 lakh. My investment is 10 lakh. Now out of this investment, how much is the return I am going to get? In how many years I am going to get? Approximately you'll have an idea. First year I am going to get suppose say 2 lakh, and second year say 3 lakh, and the third year approximately 4 lakh, means 2 lakh plus 3 lakh 5, 9 lakh. 9 lakh I'm going to get it in 3 years, and fourth year say 4.5 lakh, means by 3 years 9 lakh I'm going to recover. By 3 years I'm going to get this much, and the fourth year definitely 10 lakh I'm going to get back. So this is acceptable or not? Can I wait for 4 years? 4 years I'm going to get back. Let me see another proposal. This is one proposal. Proposal 1. Second proposal is, if I invest 5 lakh. If I invest 5 lakh. So what would be the return? In how many years I'm going to get? First year is how much? Same like this we'll calculate. Then we'll come to know how much you are going to get back. So in ARR, accounting rate of return, how much return you are going to get in how many years? So based on that you are going to calculate. There is a formula also. Let me clean this. So to calculate the ARR, accounting rate of return or average rate of return, there is a formula. The formula is average annual profits after taxes. Average annual profits. Profit how much I'm getting. That average after taxes, not before taxes. Okay. If at all tax is given, we have to deduct the tax and take the average profit. Average profit, simple, remember, average annual profit after tax, divided by average investment. How much is your investment? So that average we wanted to calculate. How do we calculate the average? There is a formula. If working capital scrap is given, you have to use this formula. Average capital calculation. Generally, average capital calculation will be investment by 2. This is enough to calculate the average investment. Are you getting it? To calculate the average investment by 2 is enough. If at all working capital scrap is given, if they give you working capital and scrap, then formula will be this. What is the formula? Average investment is equal to cost minus scrap by 2, cost minus scrap by 2 plus working capital plus scrap. Cost minus scrap by 2 plus working capital minus scrap value. Able to remember? If at all working capital scrap is given. If not given, simply cost by 2. Cost by 2 means investment by 2. That's all. There is no scrap, no working capital. So everything will be cancelled. Just simply cost by 2. Cost means nothing but the investment. How much you are investing, that divided by 2 will be the average investment. Am I clear? So that's the formula. Accounting rate of return is equal to average annual profits after taxes by average investment. Simple formula, easy to remember. Calculations also you can do it very easily. Now before going to the problem, let me discuss about the advantages. What are the advantages of accounting rate of return? First thing is that it is easy to understand. It is very easy to understand and also easy to calculate. Anyone can do this. And who does not have accounting knowledge? What is debit, what is credit? I don't have depth knowledge of trial balance, financial statements, all these things. Doesn't matter. You can easily understand, you can easily calculate this. So easy. And second advantage is that it can be compared. It can be compared. As I said, 2 proposals are there. Just now I gave you example, 2 proposals. Which one is better? You can easily find out. ARR should be always high. Accounting rate of return should be always high. High means it is acceptable. Low means reject. Which proposal is giving you high accounting rate of return, that proposal you are going to accept it. You can compare also here. 2 proposals are there, which ARR is higher. You are going to see through the problem. Third thing is that it considers all the cash inflows. All the cash inflows. Every year how much you are getting cash inflow. Everything it considers. It's not going to leave anything. Okay. So these are the 3 advantages. Considers all the cash inflows. And disadvantages also. The main disadvantage is that time value of money is ignored. At present, what is the value? Future, I am going to get so and so inflow. My profit next year, first year profit is this much, second year profit is this much. Okay, first year, second year, third year profit is okay. That profit value, how much is this at present? That time value is ignored here. That is why we say it as a traditional method. And second thing is that high and wild fluctuations. Time average concept is not reliable. Especially at high and wild fluctuations, when fluctuations are going on. So this time average is not going to work out. It will not give you correct results because fluctuations are there. Whatever we have taken, that may not be reliable, that may not give you the fruitful result, right? Only these are the 2 drawbacks. Able to understand? When do we accept this ARR? ARR must be always high. High means it is profitable. We'll see through a problem. The problem is given like this. A firm is considering 2 projects. Each with an initial investment of 20,000 rupees. Each proposal is 20,000 investment. A life of 4 years. Its life is 4 years, that proposal. Cash inflows after taxes are given. These are the cash inflows after taxes. Calculate ARR. Taxes. So here year 1, 2, 3, 4. Proposal 1 cash inflow, proposal 2 cash inflow. So these are cash inflows. cash inflows. Let's see, first proposal 1. First year cash inflow is 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 16,000. For proposal 2, cash inflow is here 12,500, 14,500, 15,500, 18,000. What do we have to do? We have to calculate the ARR. ARR formula is, if you check out the problem, are you finding scrap or working capital anywhere in the problem? Scrap or working capital is there? No. It means simply you can calculate this formula anyway we are taking annual profits after taxes divided by average profit, average investment. Average investment means this formula you can follow. Investment by 2. No need to go to this formula because scrap and working capital is not given. When not given, we'll use simply investment by 2. Means you are cancelling everything, cost by 2. So this is not there. That's it, cost by 2. Okay. Now formula already written. I don't want to write, simply I'll work out. First of all, what is needed as per the formula? Average annual profit after taxes. Average annual profits after taxes, it is given here. This average we'll find out. Okay. Average annual profits for proposal 1 and proposal 2. Proposal 1, how much? Just average we wanted to calculate. Average means 12,000 plus 13,000 means 25,000. 25,000 plus 14,000, 25 plus 14, 35, 34, 35, 36, 37. Anyway, 12,000 plus 13,000 plus 14,000 plus 16,000. If we total up, I am getting here 55,000. This total is 55,000. This is the total. And second one total 12,500 plus 14,500 plus 15,500 plus 18,000. This is 60,500. What we need? Average annual profit. Average means for first one 55,000 divided by how many years are there? 4 years divided by 4. Second one 60,500 is the total divided by 4. So this is coming to 15,125. And this one 55,000 divided by 4. It is 13,750. This is average annual profit. As per the formula, average annual profit we found. Next one, what do we need? Average investment. Average investment. Average investment formula is here. Investment by 2. Investment is how much? 20,000 invested. Okay, 20,000 for both the proposals. For both the proposal 20,000 only. So 20,000 divided by 2. Or you can say it as a cost by 2. Cost is 20,000 divided by 2. So this is 10,000 for both the proposals. Okay. Now we'll calculate ARR. Average rate of return or accounting rate of return for proposal 1. What is the formula? Average annual profit. Average annual profit is 13,750 divided by average investment 10,000. 13,750 divided by 10,000. It comes to 1.37. If you take it into percentage, you can just multiply this into 100. So you'll get it in percentage into 100. 137.5% is the return, average rate of return or accounting rate of return for the first proposal. In the same way, ARR for proposal 2. Proposal 2. What is the average annual profit of proposal 2? 15,125. 15,125 divided by average investment 10,000. If you want to take it into percentage wise, into 100 you are taking. So this is 151.25, right? Yeah, 151.25. Now, what is the use of this? If you see, average rate of return or accounting rate of return for the proposal 1 is this much, or proposal 2 is this much. Okay, how much return you are expecting? If you invest 20,000 rupees, how much is the return you are expecting? Average rate of return. So that is for the proposal 1, 137.5% you can expect in 4 years. Whereas for proposal 2, 151.25% you can expect. Got it? This much I can expect return in 4 years. Now what I said, how do you accept this ARR is good or recommended or whatever it may be? Always remember ARR must be always high as possible. Now proposal 1 is 137.5, proposal 2 is 151.25. Which one is high? This one is high. So you would recommend proposal 2 because its ARR is high compared to the proposal 1. That's all. Am I clear? Want to take screenshot? Yes. If this is clear, you take out your textbook or try any problem, but understand the concept of what is ARR, how do we calculate it. Okay, next class we'll see according to this method. If at all scrap and also in scrap and working capital is given, then how do we calculate? That we'll see one more problem. Then after that we'll jump into the NPV and IRR, most important concepts. Okay, so are you following? Let me know your views in the comment box. Stay connected. Don't forget to share these videos and study well. Have a bright career. See you soon. Good luck.